Hello, I'm the Cartographer, and this is the 24th video in my Mass Effect Legendary Edition series. This is actually the first video where we're going to be using the Normandy SR2 to explore the galaxy. In the last couple of videos, we both went to the Colony of Freedom's progress and investigated why and how the colony had been abducted. We found out how, the collectors, but we still don't know why. After that, we actually got to see the Normandy SR2 for the first time, and the last little video was actually a tour of the Normandy. So, let's get out into the galaxy. Alright, so you can see that we have a completely different system of movement around the system than we had back in Mass Effect 1. We actually have a little ship avatar now. You can see the mass relay to jump to other systems, well, to jump to different star clusters. We can actually move around the different systems of the cluster, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But we have the Omega-4 relay right here, which is pretty neat. The Omega-4 relay is surrounded by hazard beacons and automated wardings. Over the last 1,000 years, many ships have attempted to pass through it, but none have returned. The only ones to pass freely back and forth through the relay are the mysterious collectors. There are many theories why ships never return from Omega-4. Some say there is a black hole at the far end. Others, mostly the impoverished underclass of Omega, believe there is some form of earthly paradise. Most, however, simply think that the collectors capture or destroy those passing through the relay. So yeah, no one's seen the other side and returned to tell the tale. We're going to take a quick look at this system, and then we're going to go to the Amada system. We are not going to be landing on Omega, because Omega is where we're going to be doing a whole bunch of missions. You can see that we actually have 3 there. The veteran one is really, we just like walk on the station, we meet him immediately, he's on board. The other 2, though, are significantly more involved. We're going to be doing those later. Probably going to be doing the Professor or Archangel in the next video. But for now, let's take a look at the rest of the system, and then we'll head to the Amada system and check out the Normandy crash site. So, Urdak. Urdak is a close-orbiting brown dwarf. Most red-brown dwarf binary systems have an average separation of 8 AU. The Sahrabarik system is about 12 billion years old and has long since used up the deuterium fuel used to fuel fusion, so Urdak is not luminous like some brown dwarfs are. Urdak is a Class L brown dwarf with a relatively low temperature of 1300 degrees Celsius, but its heat and gravity have made it unpopular for development. There are rumors that heads of several of Omega's crime syndicates maintain private residences on various moons. Whatever the truth of the matter, battles between syndicate vessels are often observed around the ring plane. News outlets on Omega maintain satellites at Urdak's Lagrange points for real-time coverage of these battles, which garner high viewer ratings. Okay, let's start scanning. Now, scanning is completely different in Mass Effect 2 as well. You can see here that we have this cursor that moves around the screen here. If you look at the right there, you can see scanner results moderate, and you can see element 0, iridium, platinum, and palladium. Now you can see these numbers, 10,000, 12,000, 10,000, 10,000 being the current amount of materials that we have. We actually only have 10 probes. Let's actually back out real quick. I thought I had gotten more probes, but I guess I'd forgotten to. So leaving the planet behind, we go back to the fuel depot over here. And it's here that we're able to buy both fuel and probes. And I'll buy some fuel. And it's the fuel that we use to get between the stars of the star cluster. And we buy probes in order to scan planets. So let's get back over to Urdak. So the way I'm going to do this, because effectively we start scanning with the right button. And you can see the way that it's a ridiculous slow drag across the screen here, right? Well, it's kind of a pain in the butt. So what I'm going to do is, let me just show you how I do one of these, if I can find a good one. Getting pretty good there, but not really what I'm looking for. Good Lord, I'm having to go over the mouse pad a good 3 to 4 times in order to get anywhere with this. Okay, so you can see there that we've got that bright color at the top of that. So I now launch the probe.
Launching probe. In research projects, palladium is used to upgrade heavy pistols, armor, and cybernetics.
So you can see that we just got 1,014 palladium from that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the entirety of these planets. I'm going to launch all the probes that I need to get these scanner results down to depleted. And at that point I will tell you the quantity of element 0, iridium, palladium, and platinum that I got from all these planets. I mean, these materials from each individual planet. Okay, so I will bring you back when we're done here. Okay, so I launched 10 probes. I found 4,057 palladium, I found 2,961 platinum, and 3,655 iridium. Okay. Oh, jeez. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Okay, up next, let's get on over to this planet. Immorcan. A standard methane ammonia gas giant, Immorcan is the main source of helium-3 fuel for ships coming to or from Omega. Most of its fueling stations are run by criminal cartels who engage in cutthroat, sometimes literally, price wars. Immorcan is also known for its layover stations, where pirates in a hurry can find fuel, ammunition, intoxicants, gambling, and sexual companionship at any hour. Scanning it. I will bring you back. Alright, so from this planet I found 2,518 iridium, 4,185 platinum, 2,191 palladium. So, let's head back out. Up next, let's see what's the next one out there. I think that Omega is actually the next object there. No, I think it's actually the, okay, there it is. Omega's in the asteroid belt. Here we go. Bender. If it were closer to Sahrabarik, Bender would have an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. In the deep cold of the outer solar system, however, both elements have long since frozen to the ground. Okay, starting the scanner. I will bring you back. Okay, so this planet had 2,262 iridium, 13,144 platinum, and 4,109 palladium. Leaving Bender behind, I do believe that the outermost band here, the orbit, is actually the mass relay there. And I don't see another planet on that band, so I'm going to assume that that's the case. Let's head back to the fuel depot, pick up some more probes. There we go. And let's head off to the Amada system. Okay, crossing the Omega Nebula. We'll head right on up here. And now we have a system here with what looks like 5 different planets. Let's start out with the innermost one right there. Taken. Orbiting closest to the F-class star Amada, Taken is a blistering, sun-blasted hell. Neither its carbon dioxide atmosphere nor its weak magnetic field provides any protection from the sun's harsh radiation. Fortunately, Taken has few significant resources and is only notable for an unusual purple desert in the southern hemisphere, thought to be the result of eroded spessarite. Okay, let's scan this thing. Okay, I found 2,552 iridium, 2,693 platinum, and 5,199 palladium. Okay, used 10 probes to do that, which is unfortunate because it means I'm probably going to have to go back to the Sahrabarik system at some point to get more probes. But next up, right here, is Karora. Karora is essentially a great rock in space, tidally locked to Amada. Its only notable feature is a chain of craters stitching across the northern hemisphere, thought to be the result of impacts of a swarm of meteors. Karora's low density suggests that it contains no mineral wealth beyond common light metals. It maintains a tenuous atmosphere of krypton and xenon. Okay. I found 3,881 iridium, 1,897 platinum, and 1,439 palladium. Next up is whatever this green world is over here. Angana. Angana is a beautiful, hot, and deadly world covered with the debris of ancient starships. Approximately 127,000 years ago, a series of battles were fought over it by 2 organic races, the Thoihan and the Enosanan. Although no records of this conflict remain, most historians agree that both races wanted to colonize Angana, and neither were willing to share. The two lost hundreds of ships in a series of battles over Angana and its moon Baraya. Many of these were eventually pulled in by the planet's gravity well. The Mass Effect drive cores of these ships broke apart, dumping refined element zero across large stretches of the landscape. This poisoned the environment, and a wave of extinctions followed. Many of the animal species that remained showed a tendency to develop biotic powers. As the ecology of Angana is energized and aggressive, this makes colonization a deadly peril. Wow, very interesting. Alright, I found 5,250 element 0, 2,523 iridium, 12,293 platinum, and 5,781 palladium. Okay. Next up is Alchera, but that's where we're going to be going last, so why don't we head over here to this planet. Angea. Angea is a typical ammonia-methane ice giant. Traces of chlorine in the atmosphere give it a distinct green tint. Penetrating scans have revealed large numbers of hollow, unpowered objects with dimensions of 3.14 by 12.56 by 28.26 meters circulating in the equatorial cloud bands. These objects appear to have sails or wings attached, allowing them to be borne aloft by Angea's winds. While they're too deep to be reached for study, popular conjecture in the xenoarchaeological circles holds that they are coffins of an ancient race who laid their dead to rest in the gas giant. Let's start scanning. I found 1,730 iridium, 4,055 platinum, and 2,589 palladium. Next up is Alchera.
Anomaly detected.
Alchera's crust is composed of carbon and water ice. While low density, its large size allows it to retain a thick atmosphere of methane and ammonia. It is believed that if Alchera had acquired a bit more mass when the Amada system formed, it would have formed the core of the second outer system gas giant. Alchera has 3 moons: Uluru, Wangina, and Biome. Okay, scanning it. Now, we're gonna immediately see this little arrow pop up, and if we throw down the probe...
Probe launched. Scans have found something.
We found an anomaly. Scans confirm the wreckage of the SSV Normandy on the planet's surface. No life signs or mechanical activity detected. Stable landing zone located amid the crash site. Now, before we do that, I'm going to finish scanning, and I'll give you the material tallies. Alright, I found 6,501 iridium, 3,843 platinum, and 13,237 palladium. Let's land. Okay, so we have multiple things we're going to need to do here. Well, 2, really. We're going to need to plant the monument, and we're going to need to find the dog tags of the deceased sailors and Marines that were aboard this thing. In fact, here's the first dog tag right here. Plus 10 experience, the dog tag of Draven Rosamond. Okay, let's start looking around. I'd like to put my gun away, but I actually don't know if I have that option. Hey, I do. Oh, okay. Yep, side of the Normandy there. You can place the monument here, but I'm not going to. Here's a dog tag. Another 10 experience. And this is for Pataki Abhishek. What do we got here? And underneath the fragile crate, we found another dog tag. Another 10 experience. And this one belonged to Tanaka Raymond. Another dog tag. 10 more experience. Helen M. Lowe. So this is where the dining table was, right here. Ah, there it is, actually. Dog tag. Another 10 experience. This one to Alexei Dubyansky. Probably mispronouncing most of these names. I apologize to anybody who has that name. Okay, let's see. There's another one down there. Another 10 experience. Monica Negulesco. Cryopods. Another dog tag. Orden LaFlame. I think there's some more out here. Hector Emerson. It's really unfortunate when you're doing this and you misplace one of them, because there are literally only 20. It's not like there's extra lying around. Garamine Barrett. Looks like maybe some platinum. Refined element 0. 135 of it. Harvey J. Gladstone. Silas Crosby. Here's the Mako. I'm willing to bet you that thing's still usable. I mean, it survived a jump across space from Ilos all the way to the Citadel. Let's see. Oh, there's a crate over there to blow up. Here we are. Marcus Greco. Searching around this side. There we go. There's another one. Robert Filawa. Okay, I've explored all that. Explored all that. Oh, there's some element 0. Another 100. That's 235 that we found so far. Passing the shuttle again. Oh, another dog tag. Carolyn Granado. Amina Waberi. Another 115 element 0. That brings us to 450, I think? No, 350. Dog tag. Mandira Raman. Oh, here's the bridge up here. And a dog tag here. Talitha Draven. Looks like there's an escape pod. That's a little odd. Carlton Tux. More element 0. Another 150. That brings us up to 500. Another dog tag. Jamin Bakari. Alright, here's the CIC. And the last dog tag. Addison Chase. Let's place the monument here. Okay, back to the Normandy. Well, you know what I mean. Okay, mission summary. A monument has been placed at the last resting place of the SSV Normandy on Alchera, and the families of all missing crewmates have been notified of their ultimate sacrifice. Experience 200. Credits 3,750. Element 0, 500. Alright, now we should have a new email, I think.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Thank you, Kelly. Okay, let's see. Unread messages. Normandy crash site data received. From Admiral Hackett. Commander Shepard, the Alliance was grateful to receive the information you found at the Normandy's crash site, and we've sent it out to the affected families. By finding those dog tags, you have provided peace of mind for a lot of people, Commander. I thank you on their behalf. Okay. Alright, well, I think that's actually going to do it for this video. I actually don't know how long it's been. I gotta say, I'm going to have to figure out exactly how long to make these, given that it takes me like a good 5-10 minutes sometimes to scan these planets and then add up the totals to see how much the amount of material has changed. Takes a while, so I don't actually know exactly how much video is left after I remove those chunks. Anyway, though, in the next video, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to Omega, and we're going to go after either the Professor or Archangel. I'm not sure exactly which one at this point. This has been the Resolute Cartographer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.